Good morning. It is my honor to be here today to speak on behalf of the men and women of the Dallas Police Department, to speak about our hero, Darron Burks. As I walked into church this morning and saw the hundreds, if not thousands of people that are either here or watching that have gathered, we make up different communities, departments, friends, family, co-workers, cities, and across this country. But we all have one thing in common. We're all heartbroken, we're angry, and we grieve. We're heartbroken over the loss of our son, brother, co-worker, partner, our friend. But despite that heartbreak, despite our grief that we have felt over the last week, today we will pause to celebrate the life of Dallas Police Officer Darron Burks. Darron was the type of person we want in this uniform, the epitome of what we want and who we want wearing this badge. Humble, kind, thoughtful. He was personable. Friends say that he was gentle, but he was strong. Strong and steadfast in his morals, his faith, his love of family, and most important, his need to serve his community. His path to the Dallas Police Department was not a direct one. He lived a life full of service and experiences before he received his badge. He came to North Dallas at 9, graduating from Lake Highlands High School, attending Lake Highlands. Attending Tyler Junior College and graduating from Paul Quinn College. That was good too. After graduation, we know we started teaching math at the Texas Khan Academy. And I'll say this, I always tell people I'm not a math guy. I would have liked to. I'm not a math guy, so if someone can help me out, found that out a little bit later. And he taught for 17 years. As with everything in his life, Darron put his heart into teaching, into helping his students, making a difference. But as those who knew him will attest, he was always a man on a mission, wanting to improve himself and others throughout his life of service. I'm totally prayed on what next steps might be, his next mission, how he could better serve. And that led him to the Dallas Police Department. He walked through those doors of the Dallas Police Academy as a member of Class 392, and from that first day proved himself to be dedicated, motivated, and serving in blue, their class motto. He was eager to learn, listened, and was never afraid to ask a question, wanting to understand and get it right. The teacher, now turned student, quickly turned into a class leader, a source of motivation for his classmates. Of course, as an older member of the class, he naturally became someone for his younger classmates to look up to. But it was by his example and actions that solidified himself as a role model to his classmates. Motivational texts, leading class prayers, leading class through PT and DT. Fitness had always been important to Darron. He often would outrun his classmates. But he was also the first to round up others, then circle back and encourage those who needed it to the finish line. They were a team, and it was Darron who helped them to bond together. After 10 months, I personally had the honor of handing Darron his badge that December day. A proud moment for him, proud moment for Mom, the moment he had prayed for. After graduation, it was off to the South Central Division. In field training, his fellow officers quickly learned about his dependability, his compassion, and his endless positivity. He was humble, never above anyone, but willing to learn and respected this uniform. He treated every person he encountered as if he would want to be treated. In this day and age, there's so much of our beloved profession about community policing, connecting with our community, the people we serve, and rightly so. But for Darron, that came naturally. Darron came at people with kindness. His presence alone on a scene changed the atmosphere. How he spoke with community members, not as an officer, but as a human being. He could immediately de-escalate a situation and provide that calming presence. He was compassionate, fair, strong. See, we didn't realize it at the time, but Darron Burks never stopped teaching. We learned that an educator doesn't have to have a whiteboard or stand in the front of a classroom. It could be a different roll call, a conversation at a substation, partnered up in a patrol car, on a text string with classmates. Darron Burks taught each of those settings, and instead of math, he taught us all life lessons. How to be a better person, to listen, to laugh, to love, and serve something greater than yourself. I have no doubt of the continued impact he would have had on his loved ones and on his friends in the city. The man, the officer Darron Burks, is a testament to the woman who raised him. Mrs. Jeffrey, Mama, your son was the public servant the men and women of our beloved profession strive to be every day. I've said this to you many times this week. You do not mourn alone. Each of us mourn with you in your loss. On behalf of the department, no, we will never forget Darron, his dedication to the city, to DPD, or his ultimate sacrifice. Darron will always be part of this department, and you will always be part of our Dallas police family. Now, to my law enforcement brothers and sisters, we are here once again with heavy hearts to remember and honor one of our own, a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice while protecting our city. The loss of a fellow officer is a pain that runs deep, touching every one of us in ways my words simply can't convey. It's impossible to fully prepare for the moment when one of our own is taken from us. The grief is overwhelming, a burden shared by not only our department, but by family, friends, the city of Dallas, the state of Texas, and our entire nation. The death of a fellow officer is not just the loss of a colleague, it's the loss of a brother, a sister, a trusted partner, a friend. It is a reminder of the fragility of life and the dangerous nature of our beloved calling. We all wear the badge with pride, knowing that it symbolizes our commitment to serve others, even at great personal risk. But when that badge shines behind the black mourning band, it is a reminder that our duty comes at a cost. Darron Burks stood proudly and courageously on our thin blue line. This line, this symbol, which I will never, and I hope you don't either, ever allow anyone to hijack and make it into something unrecognizable to the honorable men and women who have the fortitude, strength, and honor to stand on our line. A line that separates order from chaos. And we stand on that line together, and only for the purpose of serving others. The grief we feel is also coupled by the knowledge that our fallen officer left behind loved ones, a beautiful, wonderful mother, other family, friends, and in Officer Burks' case, people that we don't even know the numbers of that he taught and mentored, who must now carry on without him. A pain that my words cannot assuage, a hole that will never be filled. We must also support them in every way possible, just as our fallen hero supported us in our city. Their loss is our loss, and we must ensure that they never walk alone in their grief. As we stand here today, it is natural to question why such tragedy occurs. Why should someone who dedicated their life to protecting others, teaching others, mentoring others, be taken so suddenly and so violently? There are no easy answers, but what we do know is that his life and his sacrifice were not in vain. The legacy he leaves behind is one of courage, dedication, and honor, and is now up to us to carry his memory forward. With every life touched positively, with every call we answer, with every family member that will not have to grieve or mourn because you have taken a criminal off of our streets, we honor Darron and we honor his sacrifice. I often tell my recruits graduating the academy that you will laugh together, you will bleed together, and if you do this job long enough, you will cry together. But in our sorrow and in our grief, in our anger, we must also find strength. Darron answered his calling, and this calling isn't easy. But you see, Darron was also chosen. As much of you answered your calling, this profession chose you. In life, many things are uncertain, but I am certain that every honorable man or woman who wears or has ever worn this uniform was born to eventually answer this calling. Today and for all time, we will honor Darron's memory by continuing to serve with the same commitment he showed, by supporting one another, and by upholding the values that define our beloved profession. We remember that in the face of tragedy, we are not alone. We stand together, united by our shared duty and by the memory of Darron, who gave the ultimate sacrifice. You know, I did an interview this last week where they asked me, Chief, in the face of this tragedy, how will you recruit people? Well, I told them, come Saturday, if I was considering a life of sacrifice as a police officer and I came to this service and I heard about the hero who is Officer Darron Burks, witnessed how he was loved by his fellow officers in department, heard about the tremendous courage shown by his fellow and injured sister and brother officer, Senior Corporal Carissa David and Senior Corporal Jamie Farmer, who faced evil without hesitation for their brother officer. And I witnessed the support and admiration given to him by the profession and his community. Well, I don't know about you, and I know that my sunset is closer than my sunrise in our beloved profession. But 20-year-old me would say, sign me up, and I would do it all over again. Because although we grieve, this didn't weaken our resolve. We are stronger together today. We are prouder today because of Officer Darron Burks' tremendous sacrifice. These are some words from the late Chaplain Dave Bridgen of the San Jose Police Department that have always resonated with me, and I will in part pass on to you. This is what I believe Darron would say to us in our time of sorrow. It's okay to feel anger and to feel pain and frustration or grief. But if Darron were here with us today, he would be the first to say, I chose my profession. I knew the danger. I was aware of the possibilities. I knew and wouldn't trade it away. Stand up, stand tall, be proud of the uniform. We are family. And even though I am gone, don't let me down. Stand fast. My final point is this. It has been said, the idea is not to live forever, but to create something that will. Looking around this church today, listening to all the stories this week, that's what Darron Burks did. He left a legacy, a life of service, a man of faith, a steadfast friend, brother, son. That is a legacy to be proud of. To Officer Darron Burks, badge 12543, thank you for your dedication, your love for your city, and your ultimate sacrifice. God bless you. Rest in honor, brother. We have the watch.